Yes, welcome back, Brick fans. It is another episode of Building Batuu Galaxy's Edge in Lego. Now, if you couldn't tell from those devastating pictures at the start of the show, that was, in fact, the destruction of Dok Ondar's entrance, which you would have seen me finish last week. Story goes, I was just building some of the inner walls and shifted my elbow in the wrong position, and it all came crashing down. Now, it did not just break, it was obliterated like a Death Star blast, just destroyed. So there was no way of rebuilding that one, but the Force works in mysterious ways, and I just love to look at this as a positive thing. I have to rebuild that one. Coming up first on today's episode, though, I did jump into some terrain work on the Cantina side just to keep myself a little bit fresh and sort of forget about the disaster that happened. And then after that, you will see a little time lapse of a rebuild and a little bit of a redesign of Dok Ondar's entrance. But for now, let's kick things off with a look at the terrain. So just before I take you guys through the work that I've done on the terrain, I'm going to show you what my 6-year-old's been doing up here. There we go. There's a real story there. Watto, he's going to get his. Anakin, there's some sort of time warp going on here because Anakin's still around and he's a kid, but his son's over there and he's an adult. So poor old Han, got captured, and looks like Leia is about to absolutely cap this poor Ewok. We are going to call this episode Attack of the 6-Year-Old. Great job, buddy. Love your work. So yeah, back to the MOC now. I have cleared away my son's storytelling ability, and that'll be good anyway. He can come back in and make a new one. So I have just added some more lichen to the curved wall, which I think adds a really nice organic feel there. And then also what I've done is I've just really built up this section to add some nice kind of walkway up here, some subtle risers as well up onto the platform there, which will continue along this way. That will all be filled in here, and that will actually step down, and this will be lower, so that will become the main pathway. Okay, so now we're just going to jump into a little time lapse of rebuilding this entranceway to Dok Ondar's. This is actually going to give me an opportunity to really look at the design of this. There was a few things that did bug me about the old design, mainly the gaps and just not getting the exact shape that's in the reference image, which I really did want to get. It's a very iconic building, an entranceway for Galaxy's Edge and on Batuu, so I did want to get it right, and this really gave me that opportunity to fix this. Basically just working away here, I'm using a bunch of hinge joints. I tried a whole bunch of different things, but I found that these ones were definitely the best. The biggest challenge is going to be fixing it to the ground and also fixing it to the building, how it actually integrates with the building. Obviously, you know, I can get the shapes right here, but if I can't get it to, you know, work and fit with the building, then it's kind of pointless. So the biggest challenge will definitely be getting it to fit with the building. Okay, so after the disaster, the front entrance is actually back up, which is good. It is not in place yet, but it is rebuilt. I lost everything there, so the shells were still pretty much in place. This maintained. It was mainly just that fairly fragile entranceway, which did go. So this is actually the new entranceway where I've gotten it to. I actually really like this new piece. I think it matches up a lot closer to the reference image of Dok Ondar's that I have. It's a nicer shape here. It sort of fits snug in here, and it's a better shaped doorway. I also have some a nicer kind of archway that's going to go over the top of this, so that's going to go in here. I do still need to figure out how exactly, if you look at this, you know, it is going to fit kind of in that section, so that's going to look pretty good. I am still figuring out exactly the best, strongest way to actually fit this into the wall now, so I am going to think on that for a little bit, but I mainly am going to keep working on these internal walls. So you'll see that I've actually built this one up, and also on this side. Essentially what's going to happen here, because this side's going to be open, this side is actually going to have a main beam, and it'll go this way as well, and then this will actually have a little side that matches up. But basically this section here will actually support the large chandelier that will be hanging. So there'll be a large cool chandelier that's hanging here, and that basically will have a whole stack of lights. So I'll run that lighting back through and down here in through the same section as this. So I'll have to lift this up and then drop it in, and it'll come out the same section. But basically that will be up there, and I'm actually going to be working on that chandelier quite soon. Just as something cool. I think I'll probably do that on a live build actually, so better stay tuned for that one. While I'm still working on the flat section of this, so that section there will be a detachable piece, as I said, so that I can get the camera in kind of like that and do some shots. And these pieces obviously will still need to be, I mean, I've just put that there loosely, but this side is actually built up. You can see there as well. So I'm going to try and get this kind of main beam sorted out first with these sections. And as you can see, I have actually put a lot of these snot pieces in here ready to have stuff coming out of them. So all of the helmets, axes, heads, all of the kind of antiquities that he's got will all be in that section there. So that's all coming up on the show on Batuu, and looking forward to it. So yep, absolute disaster this week, but I think in the long run, I actually think this bad boy is probably a serendipitous thing that has happened, because I think it works a lot better. There's a lot less gaps, and yeah, just overall I think it's going to work in the aesthetic of the building a lot better, and hopefully I can build it a bit stronger. So even if it does, I mean, this one, I can't break that one either, so that's a good sign. There you go, Brick fans, a bit more of a positive end to the episode today. The new entranceway I am really happy with, and of course moving forward I'm going to keep working on those inner walls and also that beam structure across the top. That is what is coming up on Building Batuu, including the chandelier. That will probably become a midweek show where I actually look at that piece specifically. Coming up on the channel, I also have my second live stream where I build my dream set. I'm not going to tell you what that dream set is, so if you don't know, you better join up to the live. Set those reminders when it pops up. If you did like today's show, please give me a like. If you're still watching and you haven't subscribed already, I do suggest that you should hit that subscribe button, also the notifications bell, so you don't miss any content coming up. That is it for today's episode, Brick fans. So until next time, enjoy your building, and may the bricks be with you.